Chapter 1, Why Family Topics Matter in English, Your Personal Bridge to Real Communication. Hello and welcome to another episode of DDC Learning English, your favorite space to learn English in the most natural and meaningful way. I'm here again, deep in nature. The birds are singing. The wind is whispering through the leaves. And today, we're going to explore one of the most personal yet powerful tools in language learning. Talking about your family. So grab a cup of tea or just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sounds of nature, because we're about to take a deep dive into something we all experience every day, yet often overlook in English learning. Why start with family? Let me ask you something. Can you describe your family members in detail in English? Can you talk about your relationship with your sister or father without pausing? Can you share a funny or emotional family story, naturally, fluently? If you hesitated even once, that's exactly why we're starting here. Family is not just a vocabulary topic in your textbook. It's a gateway to real conversations. When you talk about family, you're talking about identity, background, culture, traditions, relationships, habits, and emotions, all the beautiful, messy parts of life. This makes it the perfect subject to practice storytelling, emotional expression, and fluency, all necessary skills at the B2 level. What you probably know, but isn't enough. Most learners know words like father/mother/brother/sister/uncle/aunt/cousin/grandparents. But English doesn't stop there. Let me give you a few more. Father-in-law/stepmother/half-brother/great-grandchild/twin sister. Ex-husband/future daughter-in-law/nephew by marriage. Extended family/close-knit/estranged/reunited/family-oriented. Do these sound familiar to you? Can you use them in a sentence? At the B2 level, your job is to go beyond the surface. Don't just memorize, connect these words to stories, emotions, and real people in your life. Why family is a universal conversation starter. Imagine you're at a job interview, meeting your partner's parents, traveling abroad and staying with a host family, having small talk with a new colleague, writing a personal essay or introduction, recording your own podcast like this one. In all of these situations, someone might ask, do you have any siblings? What do your parents do? Are you close with your family? Tell me about your childhood. These are real, everyday questions, and they require real, thoughtful, emotional answers. That's why learning how to talk about your family isn't optional, it's essential. Emotional range, from conflict to connection. Families aren't always easy, are they? We argue, we laugh, we cry, we forgive. So part of speaking English fluently is being able to say things like, my sister and I don't always get along. I'm really close to my mom, we talk every day. My parents divorced when I was young, but I have a great relationship with both. I lost a family member last year, and it was really hard. Family gatherings are loud and full of food and laughter. These are real sentences, real life. And being able to say these things in English makes you more authentic, more confident, and more connected. What this series will help you do. Throughout this series of 6 deep chapters, we'll learn practical and advanced vocabulary, from cousin to step-niece. Build emotional fluency, how to express love, tension, humor, pride. Understand different family structures in Western and Eastern cultures. Learn phrasal verbs, idioms, and expressions used in family contexts. Practice describing events like birthdays, weddings, reunions, and more. And most of all, give you the confidence to speak about real life in English. A personal challenge for you. Before we move on, here's a question I want you to think about. If someone asked you right now to describe your family in English, could you do it clearly, with feeling, and without stress? If not, good. That means you're ready to grow. Because this series isn't about perfection. It's about progress. We'll walk together, step by step, and by the end, you'll be able to speak about your parents, siblings, and relatives with ease. Share stories from your childhood or family traditions. Join deeper conversations about relationships, parenting, and culture. Feel proud and natural when you speak English, not nervous. Chapter 2, The Core of the Family, talking about immediate family in English. Understanding immediate family. Let's begin with the basics, not just definitions, but how to talk about these people like a native speaker. Father/dad/daddy/papa. My dad's a quiet man, but he always knows what to say. I inherited my sense of humor from my father. Mother/mom/mum/mama. My mom works harder than anyone I know. My mother and I have a complicated but strong relationship. Brother/sister. My younger brother is the rebel in the family. My sister and I used to fight, but now we're best friends. Son/daughter. My daughter just started high school. I can't believe how fast time flies. My son's dream is to become a chef. And of course, you can add words like siblings, brothers and sisters together. Parents, father plus mother. Talking naturally about these relationships. Here are some phrases that go beyond the basics. I take after my mom, we both love baking. My dad and I don't always see eye to eye, but I respect him a lot. I'm really close with my sister. She's like my second brain. My brother and I are like night and day. And for those more emotional or challenging moments. I lost my mother when I was 18. It changed everything. I was raised by my grandparents because my parents had to work abroad. Growing up, our house was full of laughter and chaos. Common mistakes to avoid. Saying, he is my brother from my mother. Say, we're half-brothers. We have the same mother. Confusing older and elder. My older brother lives in Canada. Use elder more formally or in writing. Saying, I and my father. Always say, my father and I. These small details make a huge difference when you want to sound natural in English. Cultural note, family structures. In English-speaking cultures, people often move out when they turn 18 or go to college. Saying things like, I live on my own. My parents live in another state. I go back home for holidays. Are very common. This might be different from your own culture, and it's worth noticing when describing your family life. Challenge for you. Let's try some questions. Think in English and try to answer them aloud or in writing. What's your relationship like with your mom or dad? Do you have siblings? How would you describe each of them? Who are you closest to in your immediate family? What's a special memory you have with a parent or sibling? Remember, it's okay to pause, think, and even feel a little emotional. That's how deep learning happens. Summary. In this chapter, we've built the foundation. Basic and advanced vocabulary for immediate family. Natural expressions and idioms. Emotional and cultural depth. Common mistakes and how to fix them. And this is just the beginning. Because in the next chapter, we go one step further, into the world of in-laws, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, mother-in-law, and extended family connections. Things get a little more complicated, but also much more interesting. Are you ready? Chapter 3, In-laws and Marriage, Building New Branches in the Family Tree. When someone gets married, they don't just start a life with their partner, they also form new relationships with a whole new set of people. In English, these relationships are called in-laws. Let's break it down and look at the most common ones. Mother-in-law, your spouse's mother. My mother-in-law is very traditional, but she has a kind heart. Father-in-law, your spouse's father. I get along better with my father-in-law than with my own dad. Brother-in-law, your spouse's brother, or your sibling's husband. My brother-in-law is hilarious. He always makes family dinners fun. Sister-in-law, your spouse's sister, or your sibling's wife. My sister-in-law and I went shopping together last weekend. Son-in-law, your daughter's husband. Our son-in-law is a great guy, he really takes care of our daughter. Daughter-in-law, your son's wife. My daughter-in-law is an amazing cook. Common mistakes and clarifications. Many learners confuse in-law with blood relationships. Let's look at a few wrong and right ways. She is my wife's sister, so she is my cousin. She is my sister-in-law. Also, many learners forget to use the hyphen or don't pluralize correctly. I have 3 brothers-in-law. I have 3 brother-in-laws. The word brother is what becomes plural, not law. Expressing feelings about in-laws. In-laws can bring harmony, or drama. Here are some ways native speakers talk about them, naturally and honestly. I feel like I have to walk on eggshells around my in-laws. Equals I have to be very careful not to offend them. My mother-in-law means well, but sometimes she's too involved. Thankfully, my in-laws are super chill and never interfere. There was some tension at first, but we're getting along better now. Sometimes, these phrases help express challenges. It's hard to adjust to a new family dynamic after marriage. Cultural differences made it harder to bond with my in-laws. Advanced vocabulary you can use. To blend families, to bring 2 families together after marriage. We're still learning how to blend our families. Family gathering, a formal term for big family events. At every family gathering, my in-laws want to take group photos. Overbearing, too controlling or involved. My father-in-law is a bit overbearing when it comes to money. Warm and welcoming. I felt warm and welcomed from the very beginning. Practice questions for you. Do you have any in-laws? How is your relationship with them? What cultural differences can you think of when it comes to marriage and in-laws? If you're not married yet, how do you imagine your relationship with your future in-laws? Try to answer these in complete English sentences. You don't need to be perfect, just real and clear. Chapter 4, Extended Family, Cousins, Aunts, Uncles, and Family Bonds Beyond the Nuclear Unit. While the nuclear family consists of just parents and children, most of us have a larger circle we call extended family, people like uncles, aunts, and cousins who shape our identity, traditions, and memories. In this chapter, we'll dive deep into how English expresses these family members, and how to talk naturally about them in everyday and emotional situations. Key vocabulary. Let's go through the core words first. Uncle, the brother of your father or mother. My uncle always tells the funniest stories. Aunt, the sister of your father or mother. My aunt makes the best traditional dishes. Cousin, the child of your uncle or aunt, can be male or female. My cousin and I grew up together like siblings. Nephew, your brother's or sister's son. My nephew just started school. Niece, your brother's or sister's daughter. I took my niece to the zoo yesterday. If you need to be more specific, you can say, my cousin on my mother's side. My father's sister's son. Real-life situations and sentences. Here are some ways native speakers talk about extended family. I'm really close to my mom's side of the family. My dad's side lives in another city, so we don't see them much. Family reunions are always chaotic but fun, so many cousins. Side of the family is a common phrase. My aunt on my dad's side is coming to visit. Some families use nicknames or terms of endearment. I call my aunt Titi and my uncle Papa Joe. Family gatherings, culture, food, and fun. In many cultures, extended family gatherings are a big deal. In English, people use phrases like, We're having a family barbecue this weekend. The house is full, it's like a family reunion. Every year, we gather for a big holiday dinner with all the relatives. Let's look at expressions people use in these contexts. Phrase meaning. It runs in the family. A trait or habit that many family members share. We're like two peas in a pod. Very close and similar, often used for cousins. I've known him since we were in diapers. Known someone since babyhood, common for cousins. The more, the merrier. Used when welcoming a big group, e.g., at a party. Talking about emotions and family ties. Not all extended family relationships are perfect. It's also okay to express that in English. I used to be close with my cousins, but we've grown apart. My aunt is very critical, I don't always enjoy visiting. My uncle helped raise me, so he's like a second father. Or positively. My cousins feel more like brothers and sisters to me. I love my family's energy, there's always music and laughter. Even if we don't talk often, I know my family has my back. Questions for you to practice. How often do you see your extended family? Are you closer to your father's side or mother's side? Which cousin are you closest to, and what do you do together? What kind of food or traditions are common at your family gatherings? Chapter 5, Family Gatherings, Invitations, Conversations, and Cultural Etiquette. Family gatherings are powerful social events. They're more than just food and small talk, they're a chance to reconnect, celebrate, and sometimes even survive awkward moments. In this chapter, we'll explore everything you need to know to talk fluently about family parties, visits, special occasions, and how to navigate them in English with ease and confidence. Types of family events. Let's begin with common types of family gatherings. Family reunion, a large gathering of extended family. We have a family reunion every summer by the lake. Birthday party. My cousin threw a huge birthday party last weekend. Wedding. My brother's wedding was a beautiful celebration. Holiday dinner / Christmas gathering / New Year's Eve party. We usually host Christmas dinner at our house. Casual visit / get-together. We had a small get-together at my aunt's place. Invitations, how people talk about them. In English, when inviting or being invited. We're having a family dinner on Sunday. You should come. Would you like to join us for lunch at my parents' house? My uncle's throwing a barbecue, all the cousins are coming. Can you make it to Grandma's birthday this weekend? Responding. Thanks for the invite. I'd love to come. I might be a bit late, but I'll be there. I wish I could make it, but I have another commitment. Conversations at the gathering. Family events are full of short conversations with different relatives. Here are phrases you'll likely hear and use. Greetings. Hey. Long time no see. It's so good to see you again. How have you been? You haven't changed a bit. Small talk. How's work going these days? Are the kids still in school? I saw your vacation photos, they looked amazing. What have you been up to lately? Awkward moments. So, when are you getting married? Have you gained some weight? Tip, just smile and steer the conversation elsewhere. Talking about food and atmosphere. Food is always a big part of any gathering. In English, you might hear, who made this amazing casserole? Don't be shy, grab a plate. Everything smells so good. This is just like Grandma used to make. Complimenting the host. Thank you for having us, everything was perfect. You really outdid yourself with this meal. Navigating social etiquette. Understanding what's polite is crucial. In English-speaking cultures. Always say thank you before leaving. Thanks again. It was great seeing everyone. Offer to help clean up. Do you need a hand in the kitchen? Don't dominate conversations, try to include others. Avoid too much personal or political discussion, unless it's a close group. Useful phrases and idioms. Phrase meaning. Catch up, talk after a long time. Break the ice, start a conversation in an awkward moment. Full house, a lot of people are present. Potluck, everyone brings a dish to share. Pass the salt, please. Simple polite request at the table. Practice time, can you answer? When was the last time you went to a family gathering? What kinds of things do you usually talk about with your relatives? How do you feel at big family events, excited or overwhelmed? Have you ever hosted a family party? Chapter 6, Roles, Responsibilities, and Family Dynamics. Families are more than just people living under one roof. Every member has a role, a responsibility, and sometimes, a burden. In this chapter, we'll explore the vocabulary and expressions that help you describe who does what in a family, how conflicts arise, and how families evolve over time. Roles in the family, who does what? Each family member often plays a certain role. These roles might vary between cultures, but the basics are similar. Father usually seen as the provider. My dad works long hours to support the family. Mother often the caregiver or emotional backbone. My mom is the one who keeps the family together. Older siblings more responsibility, sometimes second parents. My older sister helps me with my homework. Younger siblings often cared for and guided by older ones. As the youngest, I always got away with everything. Grandparents support, wisdom, and sometimes childcare. My grandma lives with us and cooks amazing meals. Household responsibilities. English learners should know how to talk about chores and daily duties. Chore example. Do the dishes, it's my turn to do the dishes. Take out the trash, my brother always forgets to take out the trash. Cook dinner, we take turns cooking dinner. Clean the house, every Saturday, we clean the house together. Look after siblings, I have to babysit my little brother after school. Common expressions. We split the chores equally. She's responsible for keeping the house tidy. He never lifts a finger around the house. Informal, negative. Talking about conflicts and differences. Families aren't perfect. Let's learn how to describe disagreements and differences in opinions in English. My parents are very strict about going out late. I often argue with my brother about using the TV. There's a generation gap between me and my parents. My dad and I don't always see eye to eye. We had a falling out over something silly. Useful vocabulary. Strict/lenient, my mom is strict, but my dad is more lenient. Stubborn, my sister is so stubborn, she never apologizes. Supportive, even when we argue, my family is supportive. Dealing with pressure and expectations. In some families, there's pressure to achieve, obey rules, or follow traditions. There's pressure to become a doctor like my dad. In our family, academic success is everything. I want to choose my own path, but it's not easy. We're expected to take care of our parents when they grow old. Common expressions. He lives in his brother's shadow. They want me to follow in their footsteps. I feel torn between what I want and what my family expects. Discussion questions. Try answering these to improve fluency and reflect on your own experiences. What are your main responsibilities in your family? Do you agree with the traditional roles in your culture? How does your family handle disagreements? Have you ever felt pressure to meet family expectations? In your opinion, what makes a family supportive and strong? Chapter 7, Emotions and Emotional Bonds in the Family. Families are not just a group of people, they are a source of deep emotions, love, care, pride, anger, disappointment, and everything in between. In this chapter, we will explore how to express emotional connections and challenges within family life in clear and fluent English. Expressing love and appreciation. Talking about love in English goes far beyond saying, "I love you." Here are common phrases to express affection in a natural way. I'm really close to my mom. I love spending time with my family. My dad always shows his love through actions, not words. My sister means the world to me. I appreciate everything my parents have done for me. Vocabulary to describe affection. Caring, he's always been a caring father. Loving, we're a very loving family. Affectionate, she's very affectionate and gives lots of hugs. Supportive, they've always supported my dreams. Proud, my mom is proud of every little achievement. Dealing with negative emotions in family. Even the most loving families experience conflict and negative emotions. Sometimes, I feel misunderstood. My brother can be really insensitive. I felt ignored during a difficult time. We had a huge fight, but we made up later. It's hard to talk to my dad about emotions. Useful expressions. We grew apart after high school. She holds a grudge. He has a short temper. We don't talk much anymore. I wish we were closer. Missing family and emotional distance. Many people move away for school, work, or other reasons. Let's learn how to describe longing, homesickness, and emotional distance. I miss my family every single day. Living far from home makes me appreciate them more. I feel a bit disconnected from my relatives. We only see each other on holidays, but we stay in touch. I try to call my grandma every weekend. Common vocabulary. Homesick, I got homesick during my first year abroad. Lonely, it's lonely being away from my family. Reunion, our family reunions are full of laughter and hugs. Rebuilding trust and connection. Sometimes, relationships within families get broken. But they can be healed with time, honesty, and communication. We had a rough patch, but we're close again now. I apologized and we started over. I had to rebuild my relationship with my dad after years apart. Forgiveness doesn't happen overnight, but it's possible. Useful phrases. I want to fix things between us. We've come a long way. Let's not hold on to the past. She gave me a second chance. Discussion and speaking practice. Reflect and speak about these real-life situations. How do you usually show love to your family? Have you ever felt emotionally distant from someone you love? What kind of emotional support do you need from family? Can you describe a time you had to forgive a family member? Do you think emotional expression is encouraged in your culture? Chapter 8: Generational Differences and Modern Family Challenges. In every family, generations live side by side: grandparents, parents, children, and sometimes even great-grandchildren. While this can be a source of wisdom and connection, it often brings conflict, misunderstandings, and culture clashes. Let's explore how to talk about generational gaps, modern values, and technology in family life. Generational gaps in beliefs and lifestyle. Older and younger family members often have different ideas about life, work, marriage, education, and even emotions. My grandparents don't understand modern relationships. My parents believe in working hard and staying loyal to one job, but I prefer flexibility. We argue about how to raise kids or spend money. My family has traditional values, but I have a more modern mindset. Vocabulary and phrases. Old-fashioned, my father is a bit old-fashioned. Traditional versus modern, there's a conflict between traditional and modern parenting styles. Respecting elders, in our culture, respecting elders is very important. Generation gap, there's a generation gap between me and my uncle. The role of technology in family life. Technology can connect families, but it can also create distance or misunderstandings. We have a family group chat, but my dad never replies. My mom learned to use social media just to keep in touch with us. My younger brother is always on his phone, even at dinner. We use video calls to talk to our relatives abroad. Useful vocabulary. Screen time. Too much screen time is affecting our quality time. Digital divide. There's a digital divide between me and my grandma. Stay connected. Technology helps us stay connected despite the distance. Social media. Sometimes social media causes arguments in families. Cultural shifts and modern values. Family structures and expectations have changed in many parts of the world. In my culture, people used to live in joint families, but now everyone wants to be independent. My parents expect me to marry young, but I'm focused on my career. Divorce is more common now, and it has changed how people view relationships. LGBTQ+ topics are still taboo in many families. Vocabulary. Nuclear family. I grew up in a nuclear family. Single-parent household. My mom raised us on her own. Chosen family. Some people find support in their chosen family, not their biological one. Open-minded. My family is slowly becoming more open-minded. Family expectations versus personal freedom. Balancing family expectations with personal dreams can be stressful. My parents want me to be a doctor, but I want to be a musician. In my culture, family reputation is very important. I feel guilty for not meeting their expectations. They support me, but they don't always understand me. Common expressions. We don't see eye to eye. I'm trying to break the cycle. They want what's best for me, but our definitions are different. I'm proud of my roots, but I want to create my own path. Discussion time. Practice speaking about your own experience or your culture. What are some generational differences you've noticed in your family? Has technology helped or hurt your family relationships? Chapter 9. Parenting styles, raising children, and family responsibilities. Raising children is one of the most rewarding, and most challenging, parts of family life. Every family approaches parenting differently, depending on culture, values, education, and personality. In this chapter, we'll explore how parents raise their children, the responsibilities of family members, and the vocabulary and expressions you need to speak about these topics naturally. Different parenting styles. There are many ways parents raise children, and each style comes with its own benefits and challenges. My parents were very strict when I was growing up. Some parents are more relaxed and give their kids freedom. In our family, discipline was very important. My friends' parents treat their children like adults, even when they're young. Common parenting styles. Authoritative, fair but firm. They listen to their kids but also set clear rules. Permissive, very lenient. They don't really set boundaries. Authoritarian, very strict. Children must follow rules without question. Uninvolved, little guidance or support. The children are left on their own. Values and education at home. Education doesn't only happen at school. Many values, habits, and life skills are taught at home. My parents taught me the value of hard work. Respect for others was a big rule in our house. My mother helped me with my homework every day. We were taught to be polite and independent. Useful expressions. Charity begins at home. Good manners were a must in our family. They taught me how to manage money from a young age. We had a lot of rules about screen time and bedtime. Talking about responsibilities. Children, parents, and even grandparents often have responsibilities in a household. As the oldest child, I had to look after my siblings. My dad worked full-time, and my mom managed the house. My parents expected me to help with chores. Now that I'm a parent, I understand how much work it is. Vocabulary. Chores, small jobs at home. I had to do the dishes every night. Discipline, teaching self-control. Discipline helps kids build structure. Punishment versus consequences. Instead of punishing, my parents explained consequences. Role models. Parents should be role models for their children. Challenges of modern parenting. Today's parents face new challenges that previous generations didn't. Balancing work and family is difficult for many parents. There's too much pressure to be the perfect parent. Social media affects how kids see themselves and others. Some children grow up in single-parent or blended families. Important vocabulary. Blended family, a family that includes children from previous relationships. Helicopter parenting, being too involved in a child's life. Overprotective, not letting children take risks. Work-life balance, managing career and family time. Cultural differences in parenting. Parenting values vary widely around the world. In some cultures, children live with their parents even after marriage. In Western countries, independence is encouraged from a young age. Some families expect children to contribute financially. Respecting elders and family hierarchy is very important in Asian cultures. Let's practice talking. Answer or think about these questions. How were you raised? Strict, relaxed, or somewhere in between? What parenting values do you agree or disagree with? How would you raise your children differently from your parents? Chapter 10, Weddings, Celebrations, Conflicts, and Real-Life Family Situations. Weddings and Marriage Traditions. My sister got married last summer. The wedding was small and beautiful. They had a big ceremony with lots of dancing. In our culture, weddings are multi-day events. Useful vocabulary. Bride, the woman who is getting married. Groom, the man who is getting married. Reception, the party after the wedding ceremony. Engagement, the time before marriage. To propose, to ask someone to marry you. To tie the knot, an informal way to say, get married. Examples. He proposed during a family trip. They've been engaged for a year. Her parents arranged the wedding. It was a traditional wedding with more than 200 guests. Divorce and separation. My uncle and aunt got divorced after 15 years of marriage. They are separated but still talk to each other. Divorce can be hard on children. Some couples go to counseling before separating. Common vocabulary. Divorce, ending a marriage legally. Separation, living apart without legal divorce. Custody, legal right to take care of children. Joint custody, both parents share responsibility. Family parties and gatherings. We always have a family barbecue in the summer. My grandmother's birthday was a big event. At our family gatherings, there's always a lot of food and laughter. Cousins from all over the country came to visit. Useful phrases. We caught up with each other. There was music, dancing, and a lot of storytelling. It felt great to reconnect with everyone. We celebrated my parents' anniversary with a surprise party. Birthdays, anniversaries, and other celebrations. My dad turned 60 last month. They've been married for 30 years. We threw a surprise party for my brother. Every birthday in our family is special. Vocabulary. To throw a party, to organize a celebration. Anniversary, the yearly celebration of an event. Milestone, a significant moment or age. Cake, candles, decorations, gifts, common birthday vocabulary. Family conflicts and reconciliation. My cousins had a big argument over money. Sometimes, people need space before they can talk again. After years of not speaking, they finally reconciled. Disagreements are normal, but we always try to forgive. Vocabulary. Argument/fight, verbal disagreement. To fall out, to stop speaking due to an argument. To make up, to become friendly again. To apologize/say sorry/forgive, essential emotional vocabulary. Real-life practice. reflect and speak. Have you ever attended a traditional wedding? What was it like? Do you think divorce is still a taboo subject in your culture? How does your family celebrate birthdays or special days? Have you ever had a conflict with a family member? How did you solve it? What's your favorite memory from a family gathering? Wishing you success and saying goodbye. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the world of family relationships. I truly hope these 10 chapters helped you grow your vocabulary, improve your fluency, and most importantly, feel more confident using English in real-life conversations about family and daily life. Always remember, learning English is not just about grammar or textbooks, it's about expressing your feelings, sharing your stories, and connecting with others. You've already come a long way, and I'm proud of your progress. Just keep going. I wish you all the success in your English journey. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and never stop learning. This is DDC Learning English, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye for now, and best of luck.